Namo Namaha. Andariki Namaskaramulu. Shubhodayam. Today is another good day for all of us. So far, we had 28 sessions. Today is the 29th session of webinars on Sanaatana Dharma. This is part of second batch of certificate course on Sanaatana Dharma. We have finished 1 month and now we are into second month. And also the second week, first week, Vedic mathematics is completed, and now the second week, second day. Yesterday we had Sanaatana Dharma introduction, and also some part of it by Dr. T. Visalakshi ji. He is our Vice President Sanaatana Dharma, and she covered 2 points out of 8 points of which she has enumerated. In the 8th point, we have another 21 sub-points, and out of that 21 sub-points, on the 17th point, we have Shodasa Samskaramulu. So there's a long way to go. So let us, without taking much time, we will start with Vande Mataram. Then we will have Prarthana by Ananthanji, and then we'll have the webinar. I request everybody to stand up and sing Vande Mataram along with Challa Chittibab Garu, and also do Prarthana along with Ananthanji. Please mute your mics. Thank you.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Tasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyotsna pulakitayamini pullakusumita drumadala shobhini suhasini sumadhura bhashini sukhadam varadam mataram vande mataram. Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. Now, let us request Ananthan Garu to do Prarthana. I request all of you to do Prarthana aloud. Mute your mics and do it aloud.
Namo Namaha. 1 minute meditation. Let us close our eyes. Relax whole body. Sit erect. Relax. Total concentration on breathe. Breathe is our mother. As soon as I am separated from my mother's womb, this mother has taken over and sustaining me. Like a worship, I welcome, breathe. Om गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामविद्यवतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
Dhanyavadah. Dhanyavadah, Anantanji. So now let us request Visalakshi to start the webinar, please.
Om Sri Mahaganathipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeshwarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Metha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Om Sivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Sivaya Cha Namah Sivaya. Om Namah Sivaya. Now, third point will start. Third point is, what is the essence of Sanatana Dharma? Now, what our Sanatana Dharma is speaking about, that we should know. In one sentence, we can say that the whole essence of our Sanatana Dharma is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. This entire universe is Parabrahman. It is the manifestation of Brahman, and it itself is Brahman. This is a sort of, actually I considered this sentence to be the fundamental Mahavakya of all the Upanishads. This is the essence of all the Upanishads, which is the essence of our Sanatana Dharma. So this Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma Mahavakya, it is in Chandogya Upanishad. Even Isavasya Upanishad, the first Upanishad also says, Ishavasyam idam sarvam. This whole universe is Brahman. This whole universe is pervaded, covered by God, divine, divinity. This is the essence of our Sanatana Dharma. The whole universe is God. So, what is that is why we worship all human beings. First of all, we worship Panchabhutas. Then we worship God in the form of Panchabhutas, sun, moon, stars, galaxy, wind, rain, then clouds, then the lightning, thunder, everything. All these are considered as the manifestations of Brahman. And we worship all human beings as God, the divinity existing in them. And also we worship all rivers, all mountains, then all animals, birds, even the kitakas, the insects also we worship as God, because divinity exists in each and every atom of the whole universe. So our Sanatana Dharma aims at Viswashreyas, the welfare of entire Srishti, mutual harmony in the nature and among all human beings and all living creatures. The essence of our Sanatana Dharma is to maintain harmony between human beings and gods, and human beings and all living creatures, and human beings and nature, Prakriti, and to live happily with peace and harmony without any sort of troubles or hindrances. So the aim of human life is given by our Maharshis as achieving Chaturvidha Purusharthas, Dharmartha Kama Mokshas. Our Sanatana Dharma showed many ways to achieve these Purusharthas in our life. Our Vedas command us to follow Dharma and truth, Satya, to speak always truth. Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. We should always speak the truth and we should always follow Dharma. Then Swachaya and Ma Pramadaha. That is, never deviate yourself from doing your Swadhyaya. Swa Adhyaya, that is Veda Adhyayana. Never be careless in acquiring Vedic knowledge. And also Veda commands us, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. That is, consider your mother and worship mother as your God. And also worship your father as God, worship the Acharya, Guru as God, and worship the guest who comes to our house. Atithirvai Narayanaha, that is how we worship even the Atithi. Our Sanatana Dharma says, Asato ma Sadgamaya. That is, lead me from Asat, non-existence, to Sat, the existence. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Lead me from darkness to light. That is, lead me from ignorance to knowledge. Then Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. Lead me from death to immortality. Then we say, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thrice we say, because Adhyatmika, Adhi Bhautika and Adhi Daivika. Three types of troubles will be hurting all of us. So we pray this to get a happiness and from not to get any sort of difficulties, either Achyatmika or Adhibhautika or Adhidaivika, which are in the control of God. So whatever prayers are given to us by our Maharshis, we should follow. All the instructions given by Maharshis in Vedas for us, we have to follow and lead our life very happily. So, thus our Sanatana Dharma taught us what to be prayed to gods, how to pray God by making us immortal. That is, we should lead such a life which makes us, the mortal beings, to become immortal. That is the greatness of our Veda Vijnana and our Sanatana Dharma. Our Vedas and Maharshis taught us how to worship and pray God also. We must pray God. Upanishad says us, Ya Upanishadsu dharmaha te mayi santu, te mayi santu. That is, the dharmas which are there in Upanishads, they should be in me, they should come to me, they should exist in me. That is how we have to pray. So all the dharmas that are existing in the Vedas and scriptures, Dharma Shastras, everything, all these should be followed by us. Those dharmas which are given to us by Maharshis in the scriptures are Satya, Dharma, Samata, Prema, Ahimsa, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Yajna Nirvahana, Surya Aradhana, Agni Aradhana, Aparigraha, that is not taking anything from anybody else. Then Shraddha, Daya, Dana, Dama, Shema, Shaucha, etc. Many good qualities, approximately 30 to 40 good qualities have been given to us. So we should inherit them. Then we should try to elevate ourselves from slowly humanity to divinity by imbibing all these gunas in us and practicing them. So all these gunas are to be acquired by all the human beings. According to our Sanatana Dharma, we have to lead a very dharmika life. Regarding all these sattvika gunas and divine qualities, our scriptures, Dharma Shastras, Puranas, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata, all these scriptures are speaking about such divine good qualities which we have to acquire and imbibe. And so with the effort we have to gain these qualities and leave the bad qualities, the asura gunas which have been described everywhere in all these scriptures which I mentioned now. So these good qualities are called as Atma gunas or Daivi gunas. Opposite to these gunas are Asuri gunas. Srimad Bhagavad Gita speaks about Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. There it is given in detail. Now such Daiva gunas are the characteristics of Dharma. They are to be acquired and enhanced and elevated with effort to a higher level. Our Sanatana Dharma says in one line what is Dharma and what is Adharma. Actually, Vyasa Bhagavan said this. Slokarthena pravakshyami yaduktam grantha kotibhihi paropakara punyaya papaya parapidanam. So doing help to others is punya. Afflicting or making others suffer is papa. We should never hurt anyone either physically or mentally. That is how our Sanatana Dharma speaks about the fundamental rules of our life, which are beneficial to entire mankind and all living creatures and to the nature also. Now, fourth point is just one. Now, fourth point is regarding the description of Sanatana Dharma. How can we describe what is Sanatana Dharma? So, how it spread over all over the earth? How can we prove that Sanatana Dharma alone existed in the whole universe, etc.? These points we can try to know now. Dharma alone, our Sanatana Dharma alone existed from the beginning of the creation. How can we say this? That only Sanatana Dharma existed from the beginning of creation for lakhs and crores, 2 crores of years, more than many lakhs of years. This is established from our scriptures, our Puranas. Ambarisha Chakravarti and Pruthu Chakravarti and so many other kings of our motherland, our earth, this earth part, those who ruled the entire earth, several other kings, they ruled the whole earth. It is given in the Puranas that the earth which is surrounded by oceans on all four directions, the complete earth mass was ruled by those kings. So complete earth mass comes under the rule of all these kings. It is said that Ambarisha Chakravarti ruled the earth, to which the four oceans are spoken of Girdil, the Vaddanamu we say, just as the Vaddana to a woman does. All these four oceans are like Girdil to the earth, which is ruled by our kings. That is why to know our Sanaatana Dharma, we should know the history of solar kings and lunar kings, Chandravamsa, Suryavamsa kings who ruled our earth, starting from the Manus. So our Sanatana Dharma alone prevailed all over the world in the beginning and for a long time. Even historical proofs are also there. In Brahmanda Purana, in Mahabharata, in Srimad Bhagavata, and other scriptures also, they said Saptadvipa Vasundhara. In Brahmanda Purana, Suta Maharshi spoke about the water part and earth part of this universe. The entire mankind came from Maharshi Manu. So we are called as Manavas because we came from Manu, we are Manavas. That Manu Maharshi came from sun god, sun Vivaswan. Sun is called as Vivaswan. From Vivaswan came Vaivaswata. Vaivaswata Manu was the first Manu who came in the form of human being, though he is a great divine personality. So we call him as Vaivaswata Manu. And not only that Manu, there are 14 Manus. So out of 14 Manus, Vaivaswata Manu was the first Manu who directly came from sun god. Sun came directly from Parabrahman, Paramatman. That is why we consider sun as God. Asavadityo Brahma. Directly from sun Manu came, Vaivaswata Manu came. So one after other, all these 14 Manus rule the earth. Now at present, we are in Vaivaswata Manu. In the beginning of the creation, Swayambhuva Manu ruled the earth. Swayambhuva Manu was the first Manu from the starting of the creation. So this Vaivaswata Manu was the first Manu since our Kali Yuga. I think so. So Swayambhuva Manu came and ruled our earth. Swayambhuva Manu directly came from sun god. In fact, all these 14 Manus can be said to be came out of Surya, Bhagavan's power, Shakti. And in fact, those who are born as human beings also, due to their inseparable divine power which they gained due to their penance, who have been blessed by God or goddesses, also became Manus and ruled our earth or will rule the earth. So Vaivaswata Manu was there, and then this Swayambhuva Manu. Swayambhuva Manu was the first Manu. In the olden days, when Swayambhuva Manu was the ruler of entire earth mass, then he got 7 sons. This Vaivaswata Manu also came from Swayambhuva Manu only. So that is came in his lineage, we can say. So Swayambhuva Manu ruled first, and then Swayambhuva Manu got 7 sons. And he, after ruling for a very long time, he divided the entire earth mass into 7 parts and handed over these 7 parts to his 7 sons. So these 7 sons of that Manu ruled our entire earth in 7 parts, khandas. So all over the world, this Sanatana Dharma existed because there was only one Manu in the beginning who is Swayambhuva Manu, and from Swayambhuva Manu, 7 sons came, and then they also ruled the 7 parts of the earth. So the entire earth was ruled by Manus. And then only Sanatana Dharma prevailed there for lakhs of years. This entire atmos is divided by Swayambhuva Manu and given to 7 sons. So those 7 parts are called as Dvipas. The entire earth is surrounded by oceans, and also even Dvipa, we call that part of earth as Dvipa, which is surrounded by water. So even these 7 Dvipas are surrounded by water. So now these 7 Dvipas also are subdivided and given away to their children whom they got. So ours is Bharata Varsha. Once upon a time, Swayambhuva Manu asked his 7 sons to rule the earth with Sanatana, following the rules of Vedas, Sanatana Dharma. So the 7 Dvipas are given to his 7 sons. Their names are Agnindra, Medhatithi, Vapushman, Jyotishman, Jyutiman, Havya, and Sevan. These are the 7 names of 7 sons of that Swayambhuva Manu. Now these 7 kings ruled 7 Dvipas. So the 7 Dvipas names also we should know. First, Jambudvipa was given to Agnindra, the first son, elder son. Then Plakshadvipa was given to Medhatithi. Shalmali Dvipa was given to Vapushman. Kushadvipa was given to Jyotishman. Kraunchadvipa was given to Jyutiman. Then Shakadvipa was given to Havya. And Pushkara Dvipa was given to Sevana, the last son, 7th son. Thus, for the first time, the entire earth was divided into 7 parts called as Dvipas. Jambudvipa, Pakshadvipa, Shalmali Dvipa, Kushadvipa, Kraunchadvipa, Shakadvipa, Pushkaradvipa. These are the 7 Dvipas ruled by the sons of Swayambhuva Manu. Later, all these 7 Dvipas were divided into parts again and handed over to their sons. They also again divided their land into the parts and handed over to their children. So thus, parampara, slowly, gradually, the earth was divided into parts and ruled by all the progeny of that dynasty. So they are again divided and given to their children. That is how the entire earth mass was divided, and in due course of time divided into subparts again. Though thus entire earth was divided and ruled by different kings, yet if any one of those kings wanted to do Rajasuya Yaga or Aswametha Yaga, etc. yagas, then they used to bring all such small kingdoms, and the kings who are ruling those small parts of kingdoms under their rule, under their control. So by either conquering all of them or by making, they themselves should come forward and make friendship with this person who wants to do Rajasuyaga, and with pleasure they have to offer money or ornaments or something as gift, as a token of friendship. So thus it means once again there was only one Chakravarti under whose rule all other kings or their kings were there. So that monarch or the Chakravarti ruled the entire earth. It means the entire earth is under the control of our Chakravartis, and then Sanatana Dharma prevailed all over. So all these kings are when one Chakravarti is there, other kings are called as Samanta Rajas, who are under his control. Now at present we are living in Jambudvipa and in Bharata Varsha and in Bharata Khanda, we say this is a part on Bharat Desha. So this Jambudvipa at that time when Jambudvipa was ruled by Agnindra, the first king, a son of that Manu, he got 9 sons. That Agnindra got 9 sons. So he divided Jambudvipa into 9 parts. They are called as Khandas. Again, Khanda means a part. So the 9 parts are Ilavrita Khanda. Now it is called as Tibet. Second is Bhadravarsha. Now it is in Himalaya Pranta, eastern parts of Himalaya. Now third is Harivarsha. It is the Arabia, we say now at present. Fourth is Ketumala. It is Iran and Turkey at present. Now fifth is Ramyaka Varsha. This is called as Manchuria. Now at present we call it as Manchuria. Now seventh part is Kuru Varsha. It is called as Mongolia. Now eighth part is Kim Purusha and ninth is Kinnara Varsha. These two are the southern parts of Himalayas, they say. Now Bharata Varsha, Bharata Khanda, and ours is Bharata Desha at present. Now it is called as India by foreigners. Actually, India, Indus, Hinduism, these are the words coined by Westerners. So we say Saptadvipa Vasundhara. The entire earth is in 7 islands because that part where we are existing, this is consisting of 7 continents, 7 khandas. Now, Manu Santana ruled all these 7 khandas. Now, at present, we are all also called as Manu Santana. Though we are living at one part, ruled by Agnindra and his children and all, yet the entire earth mass is of their own. So, we are all Manu Santana. That is why we are called as Manavas. So, for lakhs of years, there are these 9 Varshas are there, 7 Dvipas are there, and entire earth mass was ruled by the progeny of that is the children, Santana of Manu. And so all the people, they used to speak only Sanskritam, which was the only Bhasha which existed with the existence of the mankind, creation, this universe. So Samskrita Bhasha was the only Bhasha, only language that existed since the birth of mankind for lakhs and lakhs of years, all these 2 crores of years. That is why the entire Vaidika Vangmaya was in Sanskritam. And also all the granthas of all the subjects which we are studying at present also, the original granthas are in Samskrita Bhasha only. Because all of them used to talk only in Sanskritam. So Sanaatana Samskrita Bhasha, there also little deviations are there. The Vedika, the language that existed in Vedas and that which existed in that is the human beings of at that age also used to speak Sanskritam only, but a few words are different. Some Vaidika words are there which will be used only in Vedas. And normally this Sanskrit language was the spoken language, written language, everything for them. All the books, textbooks, etc. existed in Samskrita Bhasha. So our Sanatana Dharma prevailed all over the world and Samskrita Bhasha also prevailed all over the world, all over the earth. So later, all these earth parts are divided into again different parts, and slowly from Samskrita Bhasha itself, other languages also started coming out. Thus, different languages came and different parts of earth became, and different names they used to keep to those parts. And all slowly, this sort of development is now at present prevailing here. So that Veda Dharma, which existed along with Samskrita Bhasha at Himavat Pranta, spread into all parts of the earth. So ours was the most ancient dharma, Sanaatana Dharma. That is why we call it as Sanaatana. This Christianity, Zoroastrianism, Judaism, and then Islamism, etc., they came just before 200 years. And in fact, Islamism came 1400 or so years. So since these years only, before that, those languages were not there, and those religions also were not there. Only one language and one dharma prevailed. So we say we are Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. We are the followers of Sanatana Dharma. So we, in fact, those other religions, Judaism, etc., Zoroastrianism, in fact, they are also the worshippers of nature. They worship the fire god. They keep fire in their palm and worship. So even they are under the influence of our Sanatana Dharma. We can say a little part of, they have just a little deviated from Sanatana Dharma, but they are all Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. In fact, even the Christianity and Islamism also worship one of the powers of nature, divinity. Even then, they call themselves as separate from Hindus, they say, separate from Sanatana Dharma and Dharmanuyayis. But we consider all human beings to be as Manavas only. And with Manavatva, we deal along with them, but they are considering in a congested manner. So that is why the trouble is arising. If they also realize that they are also part and parcel of this universe, and they are all Manavas, human beings, humanity should prevail all over, then there will not be any sort of clash or any sort of troubles which we are facing at present to our Sanatana Dharma. Such threats would not have arrived. So we Sanatana Dharmanuyayis consider the entire earth as one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbaka Bhavana is in us. Udara Charitanam to Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we say. The entire mankind should behave as the members of family. Family members, we love them, we sacrifice everything for the sake of them. So we should be very happy as one family. For our Sanatana Dharma, there is no one particular person from whom this Dharma came, just as in case of other two matas or something so. So we do not have any particular mata pravaktas. Just 1 minute. So there is no pravakta for us, or any only single person was not there. So many maharshis were there, and all these maharshis gave us such great and wonderful knowledge and Veda Vijnana to us. So though we are called as Hindus, Hindu, because of the Indus Valley civilization, foreigners named us like this. So in our dharma, there are so many ways by following which one can attain liberation and get the final aim of our life. In fact, even Zoroastrianism is part of Hinduism, we thought, and worshipping fire god. Similarly, Jainism and Buddhism, they also are part of our Hindus only, Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma only. So we embrace all types of people who worship differently the same God. The final aim of all religions is to reach Godhood. The paths may be different, but everyone should follow the path and the rules and restrictions which are laid down by their mata, by their religion or dharma, where they are born. So we have to follow our Sanatana Dharma. Now, so many Maharshis from time to time gave us the knowledge and scriptures which we have to follow. Our Sanatana Dharma is Sarvakalika, Sarvadeshika, and Sarvajanina. And also it is eternal, which always wishes only the welfare of all living beings, all, not only all human beings, even all living creatures, and then the nature also. So it is the duty of all of us to follow Sanatana Dharma. Now, how to lead Sanatana Dharmika way of life is also given by many sages in Smruti Granthas. Manusmruti, Parasara Smruti, Narada Smruti, Yajnavalkya Smruti, Shankha Likhita Smruti, Bruhaspati Smruti, etc. Many Smruti Granthas are there, Dharma Shastras are there. All these Granthas speak about the individuals, jivas, then about divine God and of nature. They also speak about how individuals, jivatmas, should behave with divine, with the nature, and gain divine power, reach, approach God. So all these duties are maybe different types of are there, but the aim is same. So we should try to know and understand what is taught in Sanatana Dharma, how to lead a dharmika way of life, how to propagate it among ourselves, because though born in Sanatana Dharma, many Sanatana Dharmanuyayis are unaware of the greatness of our own Dharma in which they are born and how to lead a dharmika way of life. They are nowadays mostly, they are all coming under the influence of foreigners, because foreigners ruled us. So slowly, at least now onwards, at least they should come out of that sort of slumber and they become Sanatana Dharmanuyayis and lead real dharmika way of life. Now we consider Ramayana as Adikavya and Valmiki Maharshi to be Adikavi. Vedavedye pare punsi jate Dasarathatmaje Vedah prachetasa sakshad Ramayanatmana, we say. So Ramayana, then Mahabharata, Bhagavata, Dharmashastras, and many other granthas are there which speak about our Sanatana Dharma. By studying all these scriptures, we can know what is Sanatana Dharma and how to live according to it. Dharme cha arthe cha kame cha mokshe cha bharatarshapha yadi hasti tadanyatra yenne hasti natat kvachit. That is what is declared by Vyasa Maharshi in Mahabharata. Such is the greatness of it. So that which is not in Mahabharata never exists anywhere in the whole universe. That which is not here is nowhere. That which is here in Mahabharata is everywhere. So whatever is existing everywhere is in Mahabharata. So to know about our Sanatana Dharma, we must read the scriptures first and then lead our life according to that. Then Surya Vamsa kings and Chandra Vamsa kings, the dynasties, are mentioned in Puranas. We should know about them. We have to study them. They should be kept as syllabus for children. So when we can know our real history, then that is all the Shastras also we should study, because Sanatana Dharma contains so many Shastras and so many branches of education in it. In fact, such wonderful Shastra Parijnana never existed and exists in any other dharma, we can say, in any other religion. It's not there. So only our Sanatana Dharma gives us the knowledge of Yoga Shastra, Jyotish Shastra, Khagola Shastra, Bhugarbha Shastra, Nakshatra Shastra, then Bhaugolika Shastra, Mantra Shastra, Tantra Shastra, Agama Shastra for worshipping, then Vijnana Shastra, Veda Ganita. Veda Ganita is also a Shastra. Then Vedanta Shastra, which is the main life of our Hinduism. That is our Sanatana Dharma. Then Ayurveda Shastra, Dhanurveda Shastra, then Shabda Vijnana Shastra, Shabda Shakti. So it's then Dharma Shastras. So many other Shastras are there in our Sanatana Dharma. If we study all these Shastras, we are learning about Sanatana Dharma and knowing it. Besides these Shastras, Chaturshashti Kalas are given to us by our Sanatana Dharma. We should know all these Kalas. Kala means art. All these arts also, fine arts are there. Sangita, Sahitya, Chitralekhana, Chitrakala, everything. So many are there, 64. Actually, to know our Sanatana Dharma, we should know the teachings of our scriptures. Our Sanatana Dharma exists in our Maharshis, in our scriptures, in Maharshis, in the pious lands which are called as Siddhasramas, Dharma Bhumis, Divya Bhumis, Siddhasramas, Tapo Bhumis, we call them. Then Kshetras are there. Innumerable, uncountable Divya Kshetras are there. Tirthas, rivers are there, holy rivers. Then Kasi, Gaya, Prayaga, Tirumala, etc. So many Kshetras are there. Then Siddhasramas like Adi Shankara, Bhagavad Pada, Charya, Paramacharya, etc. Swamis, they did penance at certain places. And Maharshis, Gautama, Bharadwaja, etc. So many Maharshis did penance. Did penance at different places. All those places are called as Siddhasramas. Then rivers, Ganga, Gautami, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, Tungabhadra, etc. So many rivers. They are all divine rivers. So Sanatana Dharma exists in due to all these, and also so many divine personalities. Sakshad avatars came to our motherland. So when God himself came in the form of human beings, they are the avatars. So such avatars are given in Puranas. Bhagavata Purana we can know. And 24 avatars are there, then Dasavatars are there. Besides these avatars, Siddha Purushas, Jagadguru Adisankara Bhagavad Pada, we consider him to be Samba Sadasiva. Directly Shiva came to Kailasa Sankara came to Kaladi Sankara, we say. Then Paramacharya Swami, Ramakrishna Paramhansa, Ramana Maharshi, etc. So many divine souls, persons are there. They all are the base of our Sanatana Dharma, due to whom our Sanatana Dharma is being carried away and is existing now. Swami Vivekananda, etc. Such noble. Then Aravinda Ghosh, such so many people are there. The greatness of our Sanatana Dharma actually exists in our uninterrupted Jnana Sampada. So never our Sanatana Dharmika Jnana got any interruption. In fact, except this, even now also, except this British rule that could interrupt. But even then, there are certain people who are sincerely following. That is why it is still existing and reached us. So never our Sanatana Dharma got interruption, and it is uninterrupted. Jnana Sampada is there since the starting of the creation. And so since time immemorial, our Sanatana Dharma is existing, though it is facing so many invasions, etc. Actually, history says that Bhaktiyar Khilji, he burnt into ashes nearly 1 crore and 10 lakhs of Sanatana Dharma Granthas, the parts of Vedas, then the Talapatra Granthas, the manuscripts. Yeah, at Takshashila, even we went and saw there, even now the black marks are there. Nearly for 3 months, they said, all these libraries, the books stored in very big buildings, they have been burnt into ashes continuously. That is the hatred they are having towards our Sanatana Dharma, by the greatness of which he could survive when he got a very a sort of uh, um, some disease, incurable disease that could not be cured either by their medicines or their grantha also, but that could be cured, that was cured by our Ayurveda. So because our Ayurveda grantha and the great persons who are having this knowledge cure his disease, he, in fact, in our dharma, he has to show gratitude. But instead of showing gratitude, he killed all the pandits, all the learned persons, all those who are having specially Ayurveda doctors, and then all the granthas, and many of Ayurveda granthas also have been burnt into ashes. So ruthlessly they behaved like that. They completely demolished and damaged our granthalayas there. Our temples also they damaged, and our Devata Vigrahas, they have broken our gods, idols into parts. And they ruthlessly killed the teachers, etc. British people tried to completely remove our Sanatana Dharma from the minds of human beings, as Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. Physical harm they did, that Bhaktiyar Khilji, etc. Whereas these British rulers, they polluted the minds and brains and the knowledge of us Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. So they did not kill directly anybody. They did not burn our granthas, but they carried away our granthas to their lands. So many other countries also, at least that is better. Germans and all, they are learning these granthas, carrying them from our Bharat Desha to their lands. That is that's a very good work. We can say at least now we can go there and carry them, whatever are they either not carrying, they can gain that. We can get that jnana also. But Britishers polluted our minds. Our, in the sense, Sanatan Dharmanya is, now we should try. It is our duty once again to clean their minds and imbibe the greatness of, make them realize the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma and greatness of our Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. So our Bharatiyas, they underwent Bhavadasya. They should come out from that Bhavadasya, slavery, which is still continuing. So to realize the greatness of our own culture, our own Sanatana Dharma, and the greatness of the knowledge given in Vedas and all, first we should have confidence in us, and we should be able to say firmly with confidence that we are Sanatana Dharmanuyayis. Ours is Sanatana Dharma. We should learn and know the greatness and our duties, and we should follow. We have to keep the Bindu, Buttu, we say all Hindus, and all those who got sacred ceremonies, thread ceremony, they should wear and do Sandhya Vandana. Nitya Naimitika karmas we should do. So thus at least full realization should come among all Sanatana Dharmaniyais, and we should try for that. In fact, our Vedas, they got 1131 or 32 shakhas, Veda shakhas. Anantavai Vedaha we say. Vedas are so vast, such big heaps of Vedas are there. So many branches, 1131 or 32 branches, shakhas are there, and out of 1132, now only 11 shakhas are remaining. Now you imagine how much of jnana rasi our Vedas have completely burnt into ashes, or somehow it got destroyed in due course of time due to maybe several other reasons also. So at present only 11 shakhas are there. Out of them also only 7 shakhas have been taught, came to us through Guru Sishya Parampara teaching. So only 7 shakhas. At least now it is time for all of us Bharatiyas to arise from that slumber of ignorance, and Atma Nyunata Bhava should go away, and thinking wrongly, even that perspective should leave us. And we should, because all these occur due to these invasions and then rules and all. So now, even if we keep our Vedas and Vedic knowledge aside, the great scholars were born in our country who studied Vedas, and taking the slokas as roots, they developed many siddhantas. At least those siddhantas and shastras should be learned by our people. So even in the medieval age and modern age also, many such great scholars are there who are doing researches and proving that for each and every branch of education, the root is Vedas. Even our Veda Samskruti Samiti is doing lot of efforts in this direction only. But none recognize their originality and greatness. But Nobel prizes, in fact, they are giving Nobel prizes to foreigners. Though the first inventors are our born in our motherland, Sanaatana Dharma. Wright brothers, they say aeroplanes they invented. No, in fact, Bharadwaja, the Maharshi, was the inventor of aeroplanes. Thus, for all subjects, we can say our people only are the creators and inventors. They got this knowledge from Vedas because they have studied Vedas and scriptures. They could develop such wonderful branches of education. Our great personalities, Bodhayana gave us Ganita Shastra theorems. He gave Ganita Shastra theorems, but foreigners think some other person gave theorems. Now in modern age, Ramanujam gave theorems and solutions also, and so many theorems he gave. Now Bodhayana Ganita Shastra was the base, in fact, for all this mathematics. He invented pi. Pi, they say in maths. Pi is, it is there in Sulba Sutras, our Sulba Sutras, which are the part of Kalpa, the Shadangas. Kalpa is there. So later on, Pythagoras spoke about this pi. He spoke about pi, and Bodhayana and this Pythagoras, they did the same, but all people are thinking that Pythagoras was the inventor of pi. In fact, pi was there in Shilpa Sutras, which were given to us by Bodhayana Maharshi. Now Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta is the great astrologer and astronomer. He is the physicist. Physics, they say nowadays, mathematics, physics, chemistry. Mostly MPC people study that. So this physics and mathematics, he is the physician and mathematician, Aryabhatta. He wrote Aryabhattiya, a very great grantha. He spoke about decimal system, number theory. Then he also spoke about geometry, trigonometry, algebra, etc., all subjects. So it is he who invented zero, even Bhaskaracharya. Aryabhatta and Bhaskaracharya, Aryabhatta invented, Bhaskaracharya made it worldwide, in fact, regarding this zero. So after Aryabhatta, then Brahmagupta, another very great personality. So that person worked in that direction and spoke about Sphuta Siddhanta, which is also a branch of mathematics. So Sphuta Siddhanta, the great Ganitaveta Bhaskaracharya gave to humanity arithmetics, Bija Ganita, that is algebra nowadays people are saying. So the sphere system and Graha Ganita was given to us by this great person Bhaskaracharya. Then mathematics of planets, counting the planets and the distance between a star to star or planet to planet or those Palapunta, we say Milky Ways and all, they have counted. They could count only due to this knowledge given by our sages. Then our Jaina Guru Mahaviracharya, Mahavira we say, he also contributed a lot to mathematics. He wrote a very wonderful book, Ganita Sara Sangraha. The entire mathematics is given in brief in that book. He discussed about all the branches of this mathematical education. And then our Maharshis contributed a lot to the knowledge of manifold subjects. Vedanta, Tarka, ontology, etc. So many Siddhantas have been developed by our Maharshis and many other subjects also. The great Maharshi called Kanada became Kanada. He is called as Kanada because he spoke about anus, atoms, and also because he is called as Kanada because he maintained his life by by picking up the grains fallen on the ground. So in the fields, he used to only pick up the grains that have fallen after the entire crop is taken away by the farmers. Then whatever are falling, those grains he used to collect. Uncha vritti, it was the one of the ways of living according to Sanaatana Dharmika life. So he used to eat with those grains, offering half to Atithis. So he is called as Kanada. They say such is the greatness of that Maharshi. So he developed Anusiddhanta, this Vaiseshika Darsana. He was the founder of Vaiseshika Darsana, which speaks about Anusiddhanta, atomic theory. This Vaiseshika Darsana is one of our Shad Darsanas. He was the first person to speak about atomic theory and physics in his system, in his doctrine. Now later on came Varaha Mihira. Varaha Mihira, everybody knows his name. He is a very great person. He did research on ecology, astronomy, hydrology, and he is the great astrologer. So he wrote Bruhat Samhita. Even now, astrologers follow this Bruhat Samhita. It is an authority book. It is the authority. So later, Nagarjuna did most astonishing research in chemistry. So even for chemistry, physics, chemistry, maths, everything, for these are the main subjects. For these three, our ancient sages were the originators. They are the Moola. So due to Nagarjuna, this chemistry was developed. Nagarjuna tried to change metal to gold. He wanted to change all metals into gold. He tried a lot, did so much research, but could not succeed. But our Vemana, all of you are aware of Vemana Sataka. So that Vemana who wrote Vemana Sataka and became very famous, he could succeed. He got success in changing the metal to gold with Parasuveda Vidya. Even this Parasuveda Vidya is also given in Vedas only. So it is given in our Shastras, and he could change, he could turn other metals into gold by Parasuveda Vidya. In the field of medicine also, after this maths, physics and chemistry, the most important branches of education are this medicine and engineering. So for this medicine also, our Bharatiyas, they stood first. Ayurveda is the first medical science, we can say. It directly came from God Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, to Maharshis. And through Maharshis, it came to all human beings. And then this Charaka Maharshi and Susruta, these two Maharshis did a lot of research in that field. And then Atreya Maharshi also was such great person of this Ayurveda. So Atreya Maharshi, Charaka Maharshi, they developed this Ayurveda Vidya. Ayurveda is Ayuhu Veda. They know the span of life, how to increase the span of life, how to live without any sort of diseases for all these 120 years that they have developed from the herbs of nature, from the Vaushadhis given by the nature, by the food that we eat, by all the items that we are using in life for eating or maintaining. They developed such wonderful Ayurveda. Due to this present modern medicine, even Ayurveda's greatness was kept aside. We should give utmost importance to our Ayurveda Vaidya Vidhi. That is the way in which Ayurveda treats us. That is the best way of treatment, in fact, for all ailments. Then later, Susruta was born, who did first operations for human beings and for animals also, in fact, for everybody. So, these Susruta developed the surgery operative system, and he wrote Susruta Samhita. So those who are becoming surgeons nowadays, doing operations and protecting our lives and increasing our span of life and giving us life again, for them Susruta was the inspiration, not only inspiration, source of knowledge, and they follow Susruta Grantha, this Samhita. Then our Patanjali Maharshi, he wrote Yoga Darshana. Even this Yoga Darshana is one first after Sankhya Yoga, we said. So this is one of Shaddarsanas. So these Yoga Sutras play very important role in physical, mental, and spiritual and emotional well-being of all human beings. So if we follow the Ashtanga Yoga Marga, which is spoken by our Patanjali Maharshi, by doing pranayama and doing pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, etc., he says. So if we follow that, we will be very healthy. We will be in sound health. Then our Jagadguru Sri Adisankara Bhagavad Padacharya, he is really he got such wonderful, unimaginable divine methods, which no other human being can possess. He is the treasure house of our Sanaatana Dharma, who could revive all of us and made us lead such systematic life now. And that is why we are very happy. The greatness of our Sanatana Dharma is there in our Vaidika knowledge, Vedas, then in our Maharshis, in the holy rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Krishna, Tungabhadra, etc. So many, Sarayu and all. Then in our sages like Valmiki Maharshi, Vyasa Bhagavan, Vedavyasa Maharshi, Gautama Maharshi, Bharadwaja Maharshi, Vishwamitra Maharshi, Jamadagni Maharshi, then Rishyasringa Maharshi, Chavana Maharshi, Shamika Maharshi, Kasyapa Maharshi. So many Maharshis are there. There is a small book which gives the details of 108 Maharshis. At least if we go through that, we can know the greatness of our Maharshis and their contribution. Only a little. They did not give in detail, but even then, that is at least enough for us. So all these Maharshis who always protect the entire mankind, not only us Indians or Hindus or Sanatan Dharmanuyis, they protect the entire nature. They protect the entire human beings and living creatures, everybody. And also the greatness of our Sanatana Dharma exists in the Siddhasramas, Tapobhumis, Devabhumis. I said they are all at Sri Sailam, at Himalayas, Naimisaranya. So many Divya Kshetras like Kashi, Sri Saila, Sri Kalahasti, then Tirumala, Tirupati, then Badrinath, Kedarnath, Haridwar, Rishikesh, then Dwadasha Jyotirlingas, Ashtadasha Shaktipithas. Everywhere our divinity exists, and then our Sanatana Dharma exists. Then Sri Mahavishnu who came to teach the earth, the knowledge, and Dushta Sikshana, Sista Rakshana, then Dharma Sthapana. These three are the purposes for coming God into, that is taking avatars. So in each and every avatara is meant for doing one of these purposes. Whereas in Ramavatara and Krishnavatara, in Ramavatara, Rama established the human relationships, how we have to maintain our relationships with father, mother, gurus, then brothers, sisters, wife, all Manavata Viluvas, all types of relationships, how to behave with friends, with neighbors, the king with the citizens, etc. All are explained in detail and all of you know. And even Sri Krishna, he did Dusta Sikshana, and also Rama established Ramarajya. So Ramayana should be the ideal for the ministers, MLAs, MLCs who are ruling us. They should first read Ramayana, at least that part which deals about administrative aspect. Then they will become dharmikas and rule our kingdom with righteousness, and we all will be happy. They will also get merit and we will be happy. Yatha Raja Tatha Praja, they say. If the king is pious and dharmika, all people will be pious, will behave pious, do their duties sincerely, and they will be dharmikas. So the happiness prevails all over the earth if the kings are the followers of dharma, and all human beings also follow dharma. Then Sri Krishna is called as Siksha Guru. He instructed us. He gave us a lot of knowledge, wonderful knowledge he gave to us. Then he is called as, in fact, Jagat Guru. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum, we say. So After them, all our Trimatacharyas, Jagadguru Adisankara Bhagavatpada, Madhvacharya, Sri Ramanujacharya, then Vallabhacharya, Nimbarka, and so many other acharyas who came and gave us theories and taught us about Vedanta. So we should know all these great persons. We should study their lives, their teachings, and gain the knowledge. Not only is Trimatacharyas, there are so many other, their Sishya Paramparas. All these Acharyas, Shankaracharya and all others, they got their Sishya Paramparas who are also almost equal to their masters, many of them. And later also came Swami Vidyaranya, who established this Vijayanagara, Vijayanagara Samrajya, Varangal. So, and then Ramana Maharshi, Samartha Ramadas, the Sadguru Samartha Ramadas, we say. Then Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Swami, Vivekananda, Paramacharya Swami, Chandrasekharendra, Saraswati Swami, etc. They are all the incarnation-like persons, divine persons, we can say, who are protecting our Sanatana Dharma. So this Jagadguru Parampara is protecting all 5 Peetacharyas and their Parampara. They are protecting our Sanatana Dharma. So Sanatana Dharma is there in the very blood of all of us. In our thoughts, it is there. In our behavior, also Sanatana Dharma is there. So we should practice it and protect our Sanatana Dharma. Now, 5th point is actually what is Dharma. Now we are speaking about Sanatana Dharma and we said Satyam Vada Dharmam Chera and all. So what is that Dharma? What is Satya? We should know. Satya and Dharma both are the 2 sides of the same coin. So if we know in detail about Dharma, we are knowing about Satya and Dharma also. For Satya, speaking truth, every mother tells to her children the story of Gomata, the cow and the calf. Avu Gomata, we say that story, the cow which offered herself as the food for the lion or tiger which met at the forest, and by getting impressed by the Satya Nishtha, following the words given by this cow, the tiger, the cruel, most cruel animal is tiger, they say. That also melted, her heart melted, and let this cow go free, go to her calf happily. So that is the greatness of Satya. So now we should know what is Dharma. Regarding what is Dharma, sages defined and explained in many ways. Vedas tell us first about Dharma, that Pravritti Dharma, Nivritti Dharmas. Then Puranas, Itihasas, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavata, Dharma Shastras, and even our Kavya Natakas, even Kalidasa Mahakavi, and such great poets. They all also, and even in Subhashitas, our entire Sahitya speaks about Dharma in manifold way. So the word Dharma has come from the root dhru, dhara. Dhru means to bear. Vahinchu, we say, dharati. Dharana dharma ityahuhu. Dharmo dharayate prejaha. By which power this whole universe is being maintained. The entire mankind is being mutually maintaining themselves happily. That is a sort of vyavastha, a system which is there in the nature and in living beings. That is called as dharma. That vyavastha, that status which will not be broken, is that which keeps that tight so that it will not get broken. That is called as dharma. That which keeps this rutam intact, that itself is dharma. So, For any object, it got its own natural traits. It got that is called as dharma. When God created this universe, to maintain this properly, God created certain core of conduct, we say, just as certain rules and regulations, restrictions to be followed by everybody. This is called as dharma. To maintain equanimity in the nature, to follow the rules of nature and God, nature, this God has given us, created a certain rules and gave us to be followed. So we have to follow all those rules. They are called as dharma. If we purchase any article, either fridge or watch or any washing machine or any article, object, then they give us some brochures which explain us the way, that is how we have to use them. So thus Paramatma also created this sort of that is brochure. In fact, we can say that is the key to open the pleasure. So that is the all enjoyments and pleasures and blisses, how we can get from the nature. He has prepared like a very big box and kept a key, and that key is given to us in the form of dharma. So if dharma is in our hands, we can completely conquer this entire nature and become God. But dharma is the main key. We should follow dharma. So whatever is given to us by Paramatma, we have to accept and follow. Then only we can lead a dharmika way of life and finally reach Paramatma after enjoying happily here on this earth given from the nature. We can go to heavenly abodes. We can get liberated by following dharma. That dharma is Veda Dharma, Vaidika Dharma, Sanaatana Dharma. So dharma means Sanaatana Dharma only. This is the key given by God to open the treasure house of bliss and happiness, enjoyment and Shashwatananda. The word dharma got several meanings. The word dharma is very vast. It got several faces. So in manifold faces, dharma appears. Dharma is being practiced in several ways. Dharma means punya, nyaya, satya, niti, that is morals. Dharma means yajnacharana, satkarmacharana, dharmacharana. Dharma is itself Paramatma. God is called as Dharma. It is there in Vishnu Sahasranamas also. Dharmo hi Vishwasya Jagatah Pratishtha. The name and fame of the world is Dharma. That is, they are dependent on Dharma. If we follow Dharma, we get name and fame, happiness and moksha also. We should be very careful in distinguishing Dharma and Adharma, because sometimes only a hair breadth of difference would be there in dharma and adharma, by which we get confused and it becomes difficult for us to distinguish. Then we should approach those who are having that knowledge of dharma and get clarified. They are known as, in fact, the dharma sukshmas. Dharma sukshmas, we should know. In Mahabharata, so many, even in Ramayana, our scriptures, they speak about so many dharma sukshmas, which all of us should know. So we should do the actions in our life as told in our scriptures, and then we can lead dharmika life. Dharmo hi vishwasya jagatah pratishtha. Loke dharmishtam preja upasarpanti. That is, those who are following dharma, they will be followed by people. They approach dharmikas, those who got the knowledge of dharma and clarify their doubts. Dharmena papam upanadati. Dharmena papam apanudati. Dharmena papam apanudati. By following dharma, our papa, sin will be removed. Dharme sarvam pratishtitam. Tasmat dharmam param vadanti. Everything exists, lies in dharma. So, dharma is the most important feature to be followed by all of us, which is the adhara, which is the base of the entire nature, world and livelihood. In this world, people approach it dharmika, those who know dharma. So by practicing, one can clear away all the sins and they attain punya, and everywhere dharma will be established. So all of us, the entire mankind will be happy when they follow dharma. Mostly our Sanaatana dharma, which speaks about even their own individual dharma also. All great and noble people become ready to give away everything, even their lives, for the sake of keeping up their dharma, not to deviate from dharma even an inch. So they better prefer to offer their life and abandon even this life, but never to not to follow dharma or to get deviated from dharma. Such great dharmika Sri Rama, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, we say. Dharmaraja says, it is my nature to follow dharma. Time is passing away, I am not at all noticing. There is a lot of matter to be taught, in fact. So Dharmaraja, Shiva Chakravarti, then Harishchandra Maharaja, Bali Chakravarti, Nala Maharaja, etc. So many dharmikas are there. People who lost their properties, kingdoms, everything, but never lost their Satya Vrata and Dharma Vrata. Dharma alone is eternal. The fruit of dharma is also eternal. Actually, what we should practice dharma and why we should practice dharma? Because just as if we know the dharmas of articles and use them, we can get complete benefit from them. Similarly, if we know the Srishti Dharma, Prakriti Dharma, Vastu Dharma, Jiva Dharma, Atma Dharma, and lead the life here accordingly, then we can achieve what all we want to achieve hereafter. And that is why Nanaya Pattaraka, who translated 3 parts, Adi Sabha and then a part of Aranya Parva of Mahabharata, he said in Telugu a very wonderful poem. ధర్మజ్ఞులైన పురుషులు ధర్మమునకు కీడు చేయు ధర్మమునెందు ధర్మముగా మది దళపరు ధర్మమే సర్వంబునకు హితంబుగా వలయున్. That is what they say, dharma. For everything we have to follow dharma. So what are the other dharmas? There are so many dharmas. The fire got the dharma of heat and going upwards. Water got the dharma of cool, to be cool. So sun arises. So all these are so many dharmas are there. Those who are aware of dharma never consider that dharma as dharma which does harm to dharma. Dharma should always be beneficial to mankind. That is the meaning of the Telugu poem which I read. Now, dharmat sanjayate hyartho, dharmat kamophi jayate, dharma eva apavargaya, tasmat dharmam samashrayet. By following dharma, we can get artha, that is wealth or fulfillment of any work done by us. By dharma, the kama can be obtained. By dharma, dharma is the cause of getting moksha also. That is why one should always follow dharma. Dharmad arthak prabhavati, dharmat prabhavate sukham, dharmena labhate sarvam dharmasaram idam jagat. So dharma, the same idea is given in this poem also, in this sloka also. Manu Dharma Shastra also said like this, dharma eva hato hanti, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha, tasma dharmo nahantavyo, mano dharmo hato vatihi. If we destroy dharma, that is, do not follow dharma, then that dharma destroys us. If we protect dharma, if we follow dharma, that dharma protects us. Therefore, at any circumstances, under any conditions, we should always follow dharma and protect it. Now, sixth point is, how many varieties of dharmas are there? Yes.
Mahadev, we will continue tomorrow because some people may have to leave for.
For question answers, if we give time, we will not get time for just I want to complete this sixth point, so that seventh I will not explain, only sloka I will mention tomorrow and leave it, and the eighth points and all also. So vast subject, at least 6 points we should complete. So this sixth point I'll complete within 7 minutes, it will be over. Or from tomorrow also we can continue this.
Yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. Some people are messaging.
I'll complete sixth point. Otherwise, I cannot complete all other points.
Okay.
So, sorry. Dharma has got many phases, I said. So, in this sixth point, we can complete that. Or if you want me to stop, we can stop, but only for 5 minutes, I'll tell this 6 point.
Okay.
Dharma,
Okay.
they should know this is continuation, in fact, of the same point which I am speaking till now. So, dharma got many fold, we said, many phases and many aspects. So, what are they? They are Shasvata dharmas are there. Shasvata dharmas means eternal dharmas which never change with the change of either space or time or human beings or anybody else. Then there are certain dharmas which change from time to time, from person to person, from kala and all. So there are the Shasvata dharmas are Satya, Dharma, Samata, Prema, Ahimsa, etc. They are Shasvata dharmas, never they change. So certain dharmas which may change from change to change of space, time, person, they are normal dharmas, which are also to be followed by everybody. And besides this, dharma to one person may not be dharma of another person. So dharmas vary from person to person, from time to time, place to place also. Dharma of a particular time may not be dharma of other time. So there are Shasvata dharmas like Rutam in nature. There are Samanya dharmas, common dharmas. There are Vishesha dharmas, then particular dharmas. Then there are also Dharma Sukshmas, I said, which are spoken in Mahabharata, I said, then Apad dharmas. Apad dharmas also are very important. Then Manava dharmas, Prakriti dharmas, Sharira dharmas, Sharirika, Vyashti dharmas, Samishti dharmas, Swadharmas, dharma of one's own self, then Paradharmas, etc. Several dharmas are there. We should know thoroughly all these dharmas and follow them in our lives. But among all these, Atma Dharma is very important among these dharmas. Atma Dharma is that dharma by which we elevate ourselves into higher regions. Sri Krishna Paramatma spoke about Satvika gunas and Rajasa gunas. So everybody is having Sattva, Rajas and Tamo gunas. But those who got Sattva guna more are called as Satvikas. Now we should try to develop our Sattva guna into Suddha Sattva guna. So Paramatma said, Uttared Atman Atmanam, Natmanam Avasadayet, Atmeva Hyatmano Banthur, Atmaiva Ripur Atmanaka. Here Atma means the mind, Manayeva Manushyanam, Karanam Bandhamokshayog. So, due to our mind, our dharma depends upon our ideas to get Dehatma Bhava, considering this body to be I, to be we. It is in fact the enemy, they said. This is the bad quality which is to be removed with much effort. To consider this body or mind or intellect as I is Ajnana. So that Ajnana is to be removed for getting Atma Jnana, which is the dharma of all human beings. So we should develop discriminative power to know who am I. So we should get the correct knowledge, then we can get liberated. So Viveka is very important. Viveka in the sense intellect, discriminative power. So mind is always fickle. Mana chemchalam hi mana partha, he says. Then buddhi, intellect gives us correct right direction. So we should not follow the mental ideas. We have to follow the ideas which are given by our intellect, Atma Prabodha, we say. So if we follow Atma Prabodha, then we can follow this dharma. So they said, Tyajed kulasyarthe, gramasyarthe kulam tyajed, graman janapadasyarthe, atmarthe prithvin tyajed. For the sake of elevating ourselves into divinity, we can completely leave away everything. So the eternal laws framed by God, they never change. The niyati, that is called as niyati, it is called as ritam. So according to ritam, the sun, moon, panchbhutas, nature, they all do their duties. Then sunrise, sunset come regularly. Every day sun rises in the east only and sets in the west, as we say. Though that may be illusion, sun never either rises or sets. So sun gives us heat, luster, health. Then moon always, he is very cool. Water, and also he is very pleasant and lustrous and gives us amrita, nectar, through his rays. Then dharma of water is to be very cool and to flow down towards down way. The fire is having dahakatva, burning capacity. These are all given in our Upanishads, and all these the gods of nature are doing their duty sincerely due to the fear of dharma, the niyati kept by Paramatma. So these are all Shasvata dharmas. So Bhishasmad Vataha Pavate, Bhishodeti Suryaha, Bhayad Indrascha Agnischa Mrityur Dhavati Panchamaha. So due to Paramatma Shasana, all these are doing their duties. So the time is up, I think. So I'll stop this point also. Tomorrow I'll elaborate a little. Swasti at present.
Dhanyavadah. Dhanyavadah, Visalakshi Mahodaya. Thank you for educating us. Now, what we will do Prarthana and then Janganamana.
ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अदनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Thank you. Thank you, Anantanji. Let us do Janaganamana. Let us sing Janaganamana.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्ज्वल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे जय
जय
हे।
हिंद। ధన్యవాదः ధన్యవాదः చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు.
धन्यवाद
I think now we will close. We'll
Yeah.
stop recording.